Hello everybody. I haven't done anything with these two large larch yet. I've been kind of looking for some inspiration. If you saw the video I made on them before, you'll know I bought them on impulse because they were cheap, reduced in price down to £9.99 each from £30 each. But I hadn't decided what I wanted to do with them. I'd already had one tree out of this batch that I'd worked on previously, and I didn't want to make three cookie cutter trees all looking relatively the same. I toyed with the idea of maybe making a grouping of three, but then I was sat here working on these little seedlings. Recently watched a video by John Eagles on improving the nabari for forest trees using washers, which is what I was doing. And in that video, which I'll put a link in the description, he suggested putting 2 or 3 of these through one washer, and they would fuse together and make a double trunk or a triple trunk tree, which as I was thinking that, I thought maybe I could do that on a larger scale. Obviously I'm not going to find a big washer, but a large piece of wire as a tourniquet, maybe having the trees at this sort of plane together could be interesting. So that's my inspiration. Thank you, Mr. John Eagles. That's what I'm going to try and do. Okay, so now I have a plan. First thing is that I don't need to worry too much about the nabari of these trees. It's a very poorly placed root just there, but I will effectively, in attempting to fuse these using wire, create a new nabari. So what I'm looking at is the trunk line of this particular tree, and I think I could come off here and use this, but I think both of these branches are too far back, and they're also too big, I think, to use as branches. So I'm basically just going to remove those. Too late to turn back now. Okay, so that gives me a relatively interesting trunk line up to this point, and I think I'm actually going to take it off just at this point here. Cutters will cooperate. Come off quite as cleanly as I'd hoped, but I can always tidy that up when the rest of the work is done. I'll probably shorten this new leader back at some point, but that's all I'm going to do to this tree for the moment. Go back out of the way, and then work on this one. Again, I'm looking at a similar sort of situation with keeping this trunk line, still keeping reasonable taper. I have a cluster of branches here, which I know I'm not going to want to keep. Remove that one. roughly give myself a trunk line there, and then I'm going to shorten this apex actually right back to here. That's going to need a little bit of tidying up. Yeah, that's better. Now, as for all the side branches on these trees, I'm only going to take off those that interfere with the fusion process at the base of the tree, and once I've got the two trees wired together in a new embrace, as it were, that I'm happy with, then I will remove branches that look out of place, don't fit with the design. Most of these will need to be shortened back anyway, particularly some of these at the top, but I do want to get as much growth in these trees as possible, keep as much energy, and to fuel the fusion. So the next step for these two trees will be to actually get them out of these pots and get all the old soil off, and remove any roots again that stop the trees from nestling close together, but keeping the majority of the roots to fuel the growth. So I will do that and then we'll come back. Okay, so we've bare rooted the trees. Now it's just a question of trying to find an angle of togetherness that I like. And it's tempting to sort of try and get these two straight pieces together, something like that, and have them fork there, but actually what I'm hoping to do is have them joined right at the base, at the Nabari, forking right from the Nabari. And I'm kind of liking that as the angles. So without any further ado, I'm going to remove a couple of roots from there. And should need to remove a goodly portion of the roots on this side. Hopefully these wounds will press together and possibly help it fuse quicker. I have no idea whether that is the case. Maybe somebody out there can tell me. Okay, so hopefully those two will more or less fit together at that point. They will with a bit of wire. So I just need to take off a couple of branches here. They're going to interfere. Like so. A few more roots as well. They're kind of in the way. This is an old pair of branch cutters that I actually keep specifically for getting into the roots with. I have a new set of branch cutters that I usually use for working on the branches. I do try and keep the two as separate as possible. So, yes, we should be able to get those together, like so. I think possibly take those off as well. So, I'm looking at just there, like so. Okay, let me sort myself out some wire, do a bit more work just to tidy up these roots some more, and then we'll come back. Okay, so there's the two trunks, roughly as I want them. This is where we almost need a third pair of hands. Get myself off a piece of wire. And then, if I can get around there, right, poking myself in the eye with a branch. To bring those together. Hopefully without it moving too much. Yep, that looks okay. If you can hopefully see that. And it's a question of tightening the wire so that the two trees will hopefully fuse together. As they grow, and hopefully form a new nabari at this point. Obviously these branches are now crossing, so I'm going to remove those. Come in a couple of times, try and get around all the extra branches. Nice. These are the new set of branch cutters that I said about, and they're very stiff and they don't like to open very easily, which makes using them one-handed quite difficult. I'm going to have to get some WD-40 or something on them. There, that's better. And same with this one. Okay. Now, I have no idea at this stage where the front of this tree will be. So I'm not going to remove too much more in the way of branches at the moment. I am envisaging that possibly this will be the front. This, I'm not 100%. I'm not sure I like the angles of the trees from that point, but I think I prefer them from there. But as I say, it's hard to say until we actually achieve proper fusion. It may then be this tree up some. Let's try and tighten that a little more. Apologies, tripod error. Okay, so I'm going to get this in a pot, and then we'll look at a few more options with the branches. Okay, so there's the tree in the pot. At the moment, I'm not liking that so much as the front. I feel that this tree comes off too much that way. There, I have one coming towards me, but that one's too straight. This, I think, is probably my preferred front at the moment. I'm going to take off these lower branches, or at least cut them back. That one, I don't like that part, so I'll get rid of that. I will leave some of them actually, because they will help thicken up that part of the trunk below, and hopefully speed up the fusion process. This branch though, I think is just too heavy. I'm going to remove that entirely. Like so. And actually I think I will remove that one. And that one. Okay, so that's probably all I'm going to do to this tree for now. I am going to take off that piece that I don't like the look of. I'm actually going to shorten this back to this point. Like so, and shorten that. And then I'm just going to shorten that leader there and take out that one in its entirety. shorten this one back. There. And then these at the top here. Long, thin, straight growth. I'm just going to shorten them all back. The same at the back here. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'll take that off, and of those I don't like the straight one. I think take off a few of those at the back. Don't like that one. Okay, so that's pretty much it for these trees. This tree. Just shorten all these things back, and then this tree is just going to be allowed to grow freely for the next year at least, possibly 2 years. Hopefully it will put out lots of back buds, and we'll go from there. Thank you for watching.